G'day mate, my name's Dave.
And I'm Brad.
And this is Travelling Brothers Cigar Review. And we are at PCA 2021. And we're here with La Galera from Dominican Republic.
And we just spent probably 45 minutes to an hour smoking a beautiful Habano.
Fantastic Habano. Now you guys have heard me talk on the channel before about how I prefer Nicaraguans over Dominicans, right?
Can we just say you prefer flavor?
I prefer flavour.
And a little bit of spice?
With a little bit of, it's got to be,
I was describing your wife, obviously.
It's got to excite me. It's got to have some transitions in it. And I'll tell you what, these guys have nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Now, we've done a little bit of an interview with Jose and Jochy. So Jose is now third generation manufacturer, but fifth generation grower, right?
Absolutely.
So these guys really know what's happening. The background noise here is horrific. I'm really hoping I can save some of the recording. If not, we're going to do another review on this.
But the level of passion they had and the time that they spent on your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, thank you.
He's not 36 like he's telling everyone, he's 74. But a good looking 74 though.
So we're going to cut straight to that. We might do a little bit of voiceover, we'll throw in some pictures, hopefully you can hear it all. And you've got to get some of these La Galeras. Tell you what, fantastic.
And soon to be with us.
Absolutely. We'll catch you later.
Catch you later.
And that's what happens, you know. I feel even with certain Nicaraguans, I would say the same with strength. And I feel like both of the countries have their kind of problem that a lot of people in Nicaragua like go for only strength. A lot of Dominicans only go for certain notes and makes the cigar a little bit bland. But as I was saying, like in our case, since literally we have control of all the process from the tobaccos, as I was saying, we know more about tobacco than anything else. The blends, you know, we have all the tools in order to, you know, not make, you know, hit all the palate without any blandness.
So tell us again, you were saying La Galera, fifth generation growing.
Yes.
Third generation manufacturing.
He's third.
So
He's
he's second
second generation. So
manufacturing.
your father started
Yes,
the
in
manufacturing
1936.
1936.
We are celebrating 85th year.
That's when he got the register, because beforehand he was open, you know, but a little smaller, and
not legally because people.
we had a dictatorship back for 31 years.
And so the label, if you just want to hold that up again, because I'm going to film this bit. So the label, you were saying, this is the tobacco
Yes, this
plant
is
and the
flor de
flower.
tabaco, flor de tabaco. So this is the flower that blooms as soon as the last leaves grow, the flower blooms.
Right.
So,
And- You
what,
go.
oh, please.
No, you could go.
And what we do is, you know, you don't see it a lot because we only leave the flowers on, because the flower obviously is what has the seeds. But we only leave the flowers on of our best plants, because when we see the flowers about to bloom, if we let it bloom, all the nutrients are going to go to the flower. And we want those nutrients to stay in the tobacco. So we just, so we just select, and tobacco seeds are like similar to mustard seeds. They're really small.
Really
just
tiny.
with a pinch,
Yep.
you just literally with a couple seeds, you could grow a tobacco. So with a couple of your best plants of your farm, you're good for next year. So
you pick a few that you let flower,
Exactly.
so that you can get the seeds for that from those strong plants and for
We pick the trees that have the better characteristic of what we are growing.
Yeah.
The best one, that looks like the same we are growing.
And for example, in our case, as I was saying, since we're fifth generation tobacco growers, and we have the farms all around the Dominican Republic, and as I explained yesterday, there's different microclimates. For example, the Criollo 98 we have had in Jacagua. We have had in Jacagua, in that part of the Dominican Republic, for a couple generations now. So even though it's Criollo 98, it has adapted to that climate, to the amount of rainfall we get there. So in the end, even though it's Criollo 98, you know, in Jacagua, and we had Criollo 98 in Canela, again, similar thing happened. Over there, it's much more dry. UV rays are much more intense. Not much rain, the land is sandy. So that seed has adapted itself to that climate. Because, and as I was saying, since we have the farm, we're able to control that. And as I was saying, all living organisms adapt.
Right.
And it's not one day to another, it just switches, you know?
Yeah.
Things don't happen that quick. And that's what we do with our tobacco. We just control the seeds, control where it comes from. And as I was saying, similar to wine, you end up with different results.
Yeah.
And like all of our blends have piloto cubano, but it's just with the different regions, and they give you those different notes. And that's what makes our tobacco, you know, all cigars, all well balanced, all well rounded.
This is lovely, straight up the light off. This is the Habano that I'm smoking. So, and if you were going to tell us a little bit more about the label too. So there's a part of your label that I found really interesting, and that's this part here. Can you tell us about that?
So this is el lector, which translates to the reader. And back then, before they had radios or speakers, which if you go to a factory now, we just have speakers that plays bachata and merengue. They love it, of course. We had people that read news and poetry, because again, they're working with their hands. They're artisans. It's art.
Yeah.
And not a lot of them, you know. Now it's singing, but back then they knew poems of famous authors. We've had back in the day we had several popular Dominican poetess.
Yeah.
And the tobacco world, the cigar world, has always been a very cultured world. And even though these guys, you know, might not even finish their high school diploma, the amount of expertise they have in making cigars is just crazy, you know. Like
Yeah,
they
to
can be.
become a master roller takes how many years rolling?
I mean, to learn how to roll a cigar, I would only say, just to roll. Now, I'm not saying a good roller. Probably take up to 6-9 months to roll a cigar.
Yeah, okay. To roll a cigar, you can learn in 6-9 months.
Yeah.
But the rollers today are different from the rollers of 20, 30 years ago. The rollers of 20, 30 years ago, they knew everything. They had a passion. They were more artists than today.
Yeah.
When they see a tobacco that was not right, those brothers call the supervisor, say, I'm not going to use this because this tobacco doesn't taste the same. It's going to change the blend. Today is a little different. Still we have many of brothers that singing in the way that 20, 30 years ago. But today it's a little change. But we are trying to keep the old tradition. In the past, a brother would never work a tobacco that doesn't fit to the blend.
Right.
They would say and they would stop, they call, do you need to change this? They has that ethic.
Yeah.
And today,
So they did more of their own quality control.
yes, themselves.
Yeah.
Themselves.
Because they were proud of what they were
They feel proud. They feel
It's a
proud
big
what they
family
do.
in the end, you know. When the cigar,
Why is that changed,
the-
do you think?
It's us, the young.
Corporation.
It's his fault.
It's us. It's our
No, what is changing? For example, we are small, medium company. In big companies are losing the passion. They want about just number, volume, but they're losing the passion of do the things. And yes, how treat people,
even
how
make
they
good
the
cigars.
rising,
Yeah.
the love of this is a family business.
Yeah.
Look here, everything.
So
that
the
is-
other part of your label is actually your farm,
everything
right?
here
Yeah.
is family.
all
It's
your
what
family.
we love. Eh?
For example, I'll continue on with this.
Everything I love.
This,
Yes.
as I was saying, this is my grandfather, you know, as a lector. This is one of our farms that painted.
Yeah.
Another example here is I have 2 other siblings, and
In the
here
man
you can
is
see
more
a
What
heart,
we love. The farm.
a soccer ball, and a ballerina. So my older brother, he actually has some heart condition. He actually had a heart transplant 8 years ago.
Right.
So, and this is when we were actually launching the brand. So he wasn't actually, he was living in New York, in the hospital still. He was like 2 years in the hospital.
This is a cigar for you. Joe.
And when we launched the brand, so my father wanted to make sure we were all included in there. Then the ball is me.
You're the soccer ball?
Yeah, exactly. I was big in soccer. I was in the U16 in the
Yeah.
Dominican Republic. I represented, you know, my province and regions
very
and
good.
things. So I was always very active. You know, when I was in soccer, I was swimming. I was also a big swimmer. I've always just liked, you know, being active.
Yeah.
I tried going to the gym, but it's too boring for me. I like seeing things, people, experience it. I've always been like
Sleeping
that from a
outside.
young age.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the ballerina?
And that's my younger sister. My sister, she's ranked number 2 ballerina in the country.
Oh, wow.
She's a very good ballerina, and like me, you know, just I was all over the place. My sister just focused in ballet, and yeah, she's an A1 class ballerina. She just turned 16, so
Oh, very good. And your brother's okay now?
yes.
She went to college in New York for her university finance. And
Yeah, he's good. You know, the doctors.
since he was a kid, he loved finance, and he's doing really good on that. Really good.
So, I mean, and that's the thing about labels, isn't it? It's not just a label. When somebody
it's
looks
a
at a
story,
cigar, because we talk about how much passion goes into this and how much that's from the seed all the way through. And you guys are looking after it right from the seed all the way through to it's in my hands.
Quite
And
literally.
and it's like it's a piece of you, isn't it?
It is.
It's like a piece of you
It
that you're
is.
giving to
For us,
us.
our heart, our person.
Yeah.
As I was saying, that's what La Galera's all about. La Galera's all about, you know, making the cigar industry what it actually used to be. As my father was saying, that it's switched even from the rollers that they're not taking care of so much. Even the consumers, I feel not. Even though I'm new to the industry, I feel not everyone smokes a cigar. Some people smoke the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, they think, oh, just because it's this, you know, it has to be good.
Jose, I do believe last night your father was telling us that he used to take you to the field every Sunday, right?
Sunday and
So
Saturday.
you're not new to the industry.
No,
You were born
no.
into it.
I was born in it.
Yeah, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, and I was saying, you know, we're just trying to educate the consumers. We know if they get educated and they learn about tobacco, about cigars,
Yeah.
our product will be good.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you're sharing your passion with us.
Exactly.
So that's what we feed into. That's
Yeah.
what we.
And that's what we enjoy, and that's why we're recording this so that we can put it out onto the YouTube world, and hopefully some more
appreciate
people
it.
learn, right? And learn about what La Galera stands for. And I'm just going to say right now, this is a beautiful cigar. This is the second cigar I had today. The first one was Chris's, actually.
Oh,
Chris's Connecticut.
Yeah, those
but
niños.
This is beautiful.
A lot of very similar to your point, region that baking spice.
yeah, the canela.
Yeah, that it miles out the spice,
Yeah, that.
and then you get the waves of the spice coming through you.
But that's the thing about our cigars. You know, it doesn't only hit one part of the pie. You say, oh, I can feel the spice. You say, I feel spice, but then the aftertaste comes in the sweetness with a little finish of, you know, nutmeg.
So now you guys are in Dominican Republic.
Yes, Santiago.
Nice to meet you.
Now, one of the things I say to Brad often about Dominican Republic cigars is that they're very stable all the way through. You don't get a lot of different inflection and that. But that's not what I'm getting with this. I'm getting quite a lot of complexity. Yeah.
It's like a party in the mouth. That's how I
Yeah,
like
it's
to
like
say
a
it.
party in your mouth.
Yeah, and it changes that wave. How do you achieve that?
How? He was explaining that we have tobacco farms in different areas, and how we make the blend. Some seed, like let's say piloto, in this area has some characteristics. It's strange, full body. In other area has some strange but more sweetness. So when we use piloto or criollo, we don't use piloto criollo from one farm. We take the piloto from this farm and the piloto from the other farm, and we mix different characteristics. We can do because we are a medium company. We blend
And
with different
it's our own farm.
characteristics.
We don't
and
buy
design.
tobacco.
Yeah,
Some people, when they buy
design.
tobacco from a tobacco finance company, they finance over here, over here, over here. And they collect, oh, it's criollo. This is criollo
Criollo is
viso.
criollo.
We
No
all
matter
take criollo viso.
is this area, this area,
criollo,
or not
criollo
maybe
ligero.
another area.
You know, from here, all in one thing. Criollo ligero. For us, it's
They cannot play with
criollo
the blend.
ligero from Macago. Criollo ligero from Gurabo. Criollo ligero from Canela. So, in the end, as I was explaining with the wines, you know, it's
So
just
you
we have the
control
tool.
it all the way through.
Yeah, and we also have our own
To produce
distributor,
this.
in Miami. So what that also allows us is to do, so we don't have any thirds. So that margin that, you know, someone else would take, it reflects in our price point, because as I was saying, we're just trying to, it's a relatively new brand. We're just trying to re-educate, and you know, we trust our product, so we know it will go. And, and for example, another thing that my father was saying, you know, with the rollers, and we were meeting companies, as you were saying, with the rollers, back then they used to have more passion, care more about the tobacco. Actually, funny thing is that 2 years ago, right before pandemic hit, we were talking about how, you know, we felt like, so there's two tobacco or cigar towns in Santiago. There's Tamboril and Villa Gonzales. Those are the two spots where all the cigar factories in the Dominican Republic are basically. And we're in Tamboril. That's where our main factory is. That's where my family's from. And we got to a point, we had around 300 employees. And we got to a point where we like, you know, we were looking for more rollers because we were growing. But every roller that was coming in, you know, it was just more like he was saying, they were just, you know, making cigars. You know? And we don't like those type of rollers. We want them to complain, to be picky, that say, no, I'm not going to work this. And, you know, because in the end, it's a community effort, you know?
Yeah, so being new to coming back to it, not being new to it, coming back to it, how do you plan on motivating or inspiring a new generation of rollers? How are you plan on doing that?
Education is everything, you know?
Yeah.
It's not about the smartest guy out there. It's about the guy that knows most, that gets more information, that's more hungry to know. And as I was saying yesterday, you know, I appreciate you guys because I felt the passion. You know, it's not like you were only smoking cigars. You know, it's like you're actually, you know, interested, wanting to learn, and that's what I want to do. You know, so you guys can, you know, go back to Maryland and transmit that energy and that
I think we got to come to you.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna come down to you.
Or you can go to Santiago. You know, you get there, just let me know, and I'll make sure you guys have a good time. Go to the right spots. You
I think
know.
we're gonna have to come to you.
No,
So
most
I'd love
definitely.
to learn more about this. And I
Please.
really, and yesterday, and I know you're very busy.
No.
But I appreciate you taking even a couple minutes to sit down and talk to us
No,
about
I
that.
appreciate, you know,
Because for us, and our connection is through this.
exactly.
So even, you know, it's funny that you talk about, there's a little bit of each of you that comes into the cigar, but you don't understand, you may not ever see the connection that these create and the family creates.
I do see it because, for example, I don't think there's any other industry that, for example, when Fridays get there, and everyone leaves work. What happens a lot over there is, you know, my father, the successful businessman, he's economically stable and everything. And then you have the rollers, which, you know, a lot of them didn't even finish high school, not the most. They leave work and they just go. There's in our free zone we have like a small park, you know, under a big tree. You have a log, and they just go there. My father just orders beers and rum, and it's just, you know, a small speaker and just talking, smoking cigars.
That's fantastic.
With rollers, you know, as I said, maybe not the most educated, but I have been working with my father for 30 plus years. 35 plus years.
But
they're like my uncles. I call some of them uncles.
But they're great at what they specialize in.
Of course.
And they're passionate about it.
And exactly. Artisans. Art.
We have our own crafts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you have yours.
Now, you said something last night. You said your father's never worked a day in his life.
You saw him, you know.
Yeah.
He's 60. It's now he's starting to get gray hairs. It's because
he hasn't worked hard, but because it's his passion and he loves it and he just enjoys everything he does with it.
It's him seeing. It's just, you know, him seeing the leaves and smelling it. Like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, or him tasting a cigar. He likes to close his eyes, focus on the cigar, taste on it. And I just see him nod, and he's like, this in a couple of years, it's just gonna be, you know, it's just, I see like a kid in a playground, but like, basically, you know, it's just his playground.
That's
right?
fantastic. No,
And as I was saying, we have like a 3,000 square meter warehouse because, as I said, we were first tobacco growers before we were cigar manufacturers. So we have so much tobacco, you know, and that's, I'm a little bit spoiled because of that, because I could like wake up and be thinking of certain notes, a certain cigar I want to make. Even though it's not in production, I can literally make it.
Yeah.
Because we have all the different seeds from Nicaragua, Brazil, Mexico, Colombia. We have even some Paraguayan we buy. Because in the end, we like playing around. We like discovering, learning about new tobacco. We recently were talking to a Puerto Rican just consumer. He's very passionate too about his thing, and he was telling us how he was working with like a scientific department of a university in Puerto Rico that actually found a seed that's endemic to Puerto Rico. It's called capa prieta, and it's not, you know, no farms, no anything. There's not really any capa prieta out there, and we're trying to get a hold on some seeds just to see how it grows, plant some, so we can see how it tastes.
Yeah.
Because maybe that tobacco has some notes, some things that maybe other, and
you
it's
can
like
incorporate.
you have more ingredients
Yeah.
to cook. It's like
Yeah.
it's more fun,
Yeah. For sure.
and that's
You're a
what it's
cigar
about.
chef.
Yeah, exactly,
pretty cool, right?
exactly.
So Jose, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today, and hopefully amongst all the background noise and that we can
Yeah.
get that out to people. Your passion is incredible, and
Thank you.
and your product is incredible. I'm smoking this Habano right here, and just loving it. Don't worry about the little burn issue. That's my lighting issue. It's not the cigar. But really love this product, and we're definitely gonna have some more of it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
very
Again,
cool.
we do it for you guys.